Have you ever had someone in your life who smiles to your face, but deep down, you feel something isn't quite right? That strange sense of discomfort when someone's words say one thing, but your instincts tell you another? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, revealed something profound about human nature. He introduced us to the concept of the unconscious mind, that powerful force beneath our awareness that influences our behavior in ways we don't fully understand. Freud taught us that what we repress doesn't simply disappear, it manifests in our actions, often through defense mechanisms we use to protect our ego. When someone harbors negative feelings toward you, whether it's envy, resentment, or hostility, they may try to hide these emotions, but according to Freud, the unconscious always finds a way to express itself. The signs are subtle, but once you recognize them, they become impossible to ignore. Today, I will reveal 8 unmistakable signs that someone close to you might secretly harbor negative feelings, even as they try desperately to conceal them. Pay close attention to sign number 8. It's the most revealing of all and might completely transform how you perceive certain relationships in your life. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our channel and join our community so you don't miss our upcoming videos on personal growth and psychological insights. Now, let's explore these revealing signs. The first sign is passive aggression disguised as humor. According to Freud, aggression is a primary human drive that must find expression in some form. When direct confrontation seems too risky, this aggression often emerges through jokes or playful comments that actually contain hidden barbs. Pay attention to those who repeatedly joke about topics they know are sensitive to you. When confronted, they'll quickly respond with phrases like, "I was only kidding," "You're too sensitive," or "Can't you take a joke?" This deflection is a classic defense mechanism, what Freud would call rationalization, where they provide a socially acceptable explanation for behavior that actually stems from unconscious hostility. The key indicator is repetition. If someone consistently targets the same aspects of your personality, appearance, or achievements through humor, it's not really humor at all, it's repressed aggression finding a socially permissible outlet. Freud believed that jokes often reveal unconscious desires and hostilities that the conscious mind won't admit. When these jokes consistently leave you feeling belittled rather than amused, you're experiencing the leakage of someone's repressed negative feelings. The second sign involves subtle forms of sabotage. Freud introduced us to the concept of Freudian slips, those accidental mistakes that reveal our true unconscious intentions. When someone close to you regularly creates obstacles to your success through forgetfulness, miscommunications, or misunderstandings, you may be witnessing Freudian slips in action. This might look like a colleague who forgot to mention an important deadline, a friend who gave you incorrect information before a significant opportunity, or a family member who consistently complicates situations right when you need things to go smoothly. What makes these acts of sabotage so insidious is their plausible deniability. Each instance could be explained away as an innocent mistake. But Freud would suggest that these accidents might actually be parapraxis, errors that reveal unconscious wishes or intentions. When such incidents form a pattern, especially around moments crucial to your success or happiness, they likely stem from an unconscious desire to see you falter. In Freud's view, this behavior often originates from unconscious envy. The person may not even be fully aware of their desire to undermine you, but their unconscious mind orchestrates these accidents as a means of reducing the threat your success poses to their ego. The third sign relates to what Freud would call narcissistic injury, the pain experienced when someone's self-image is threatened. When you share good news or celebrate an achievement, does someone in your life immediately shift the conversation to highlight their own accomplishments? Do they subtly diminish your success or find ways to compete with you? This behavior stems from what Freud called narcissistic supply, the attention, admiration, and recognition that helps maintain one's self-esteem. When your success threatens to divert this supply away from them, it triggers a narcissistic injury. Their response, changing the subject to themselves, comparing their achievements to yours, or subtly devaluing what you've accomplished, serves as a defense mechanism to protect their fragile ego. Freud would describe this as a form of reaction formation where the person's unconscious envy transforms into behavior that attempts to restore their threatened sense of self-importance. If you notice that conversations about your achievements consistently turn into showcases for their accomplishments, you're likely dealing with someone whose unconscious mind cannot tolerate seeing you succeed without feeling diminished themselves. I sincerely hope you're finding this video valuable. If you are, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and consider supporting our work with a super thanks. Your support helps us continue creating content that sheds light on these important psychological dynamics. Now, let's continue with sign number 4, conditional support. Freud emphasized the importance of ambivalence in human relationships, the coexistence of love and hate toward the same person. Those who secretly harbor negative feelings toward you often display this ambivalence through support that's inconsistent, superficial, or comes with strings attached. You might notice they're mysteriously unavailable during your moments of greatest need, or their encouragement feels hollow and performative rather than genuine. When you're struggling, they might minimize your problems or offer perfunctory advice without real engagement. When you're succeeding, their congratulations seem forced or quickly give way to warnings about potential pitfalls. Freud would interpret this as a manifestation of unconscious hostile impulses that the person's conscious mind is trying to repress. The conscious mind knows they should be supportive, but the unconscious resistance creates a compromised response, nominal support that lacks authentic emotional investment. This ambivalence becomes most apparent during transitional moments in your life, celebrations, crises, or significant changes when genuine support would be most meaningful. If someone consistently fails to show up emotionally or practically during these key times, their unconscious feelings may be far different from what they profess. The fifth sign involves control masked as care. Freud identified the ego's need for control as a defense against anxiety. When someone constantly offers unsolicited advice, questions your decisions, or tries to direct your choices under the guise of just trying to help, they may actually be expressing an unconscious need to dominate you. This controlling behavior is particularly deceptive because it wears the mask of concern. They'll say they're only looking out for your best interests, but their guidance consistently undermines your confidence and autonomy. After interactions with them, you often feel less capable rather than more empowered. Freud would see this as a manifestation of what he called the will to power, an unconscious drive to assert dominance over others. The person may not consciously recognize their controlling behavior as hostile, but their unconscious mind is attempting to position them as superior while keeping you dependent on their judgment. The key distinction lies in how their help makes you feel. True supportive guidance leaves you feeling more capable and confident. Controlling behavior disguised as concern leaves you feeling inadequate and dependent. If someone's helpful advice consistently erodes your self-trust, their unconscious motivations may be very different from their stated intentions. The sixth sign involves triangulation, the process of bringing third parties into what should be a direct relationship. Freud recognized gossip as a socially acceptable outlet for aggression. When someone harbors negative feelings toward you but finds direct confrontation too threatening to their self-image, they may express these feelings indirectly by speaking critically about you to others. This behavior creates a peculiar dynamic where you begin to sense coldness or changed attitudes from people in your shared social circle without understanding why. Information gets distorted, your words get taken out of context, and your reputation subtly erodes. From a Freudian perspective, this represents a form of displacement, redirecting unconscious hostility away from its true target, you, and toward a safer outlet, talking about you to others. The person avoids the anxiety of direct confrontation while still satisfying their unconscious aggressive impulses. If you discover that someone has been consistently portraying you in a negative light to others, particularly by sharing twisted versions of private interactions or confidences, you're likely experiencing the effects of displaced hostility from someone who lacks the courage to address their negative feelings directly. The seventh sign is what the Germans call Schadenfreude, taking pleasure in another's misfortune. Freud would connect this to the primal aggressive instincts that exist in all humans but which most people successfully sublimate or repress. Someone who secretly harbors negative feelings toward you might show subtle signs of satisfaction when things go wrong for you. You might notice a fleeting smile quickly suppressed, an unusual cheerfulness when you're sharing unfortunate news, or a peculiar interest in the details of your difficulties. Conversely, they find it difficult to genuinely celebrate your successes. Their congratulations feel mechanical or are quickly followed by cautionary warnings. They may change the subject, downplay your achievement, or find subtle ways to diminish its significance. Freud would attribute this to the primitive emotional responses of the id, that part of our psyche driven by basic instincts and impulses. The person's conscious mind may know they should be supportive, but their unconscious responses reveal their true feelings. If someone consistently demonstrates an inability to be genuinely happy for your successes while showing unusual interest or subtle satisfaction in your setbacks, their unconscious mind is likely harboring significant hostility or envy toward you. The eighth and most revealing sign lies in nonverbal communication. Freud believed that while the conscious mind can censor thoughts and words, the body often betrays our true unconscious feelings. This is perhaps the most insidious sign because it operates beneath conscious awareness, both yours and theirs. Watch for misalignment between someone's words and their body language. They might verbally express support while their body stiffens. They might smile with their mouth while their eyes remain cold. Their tone might carry an edge that contradicts their supportive words. These incongruities occur because, as Freud taught us, the unconscious cannot fully hide itself. Pay particular attention to micro-expressions, those fleeting facial reactions that occur before conscious control takes over. A quick flash of irritation, disgust, or contempt before the social smile appears can tell you more than hours of conversation. Also, notice patterns of physical positioning. Do they consistently create distance between you? Do they cross their arms or turn slightly away when you're speaking? Do they avoid eye contact during significant moments of conversation? Freud would describe these as manifestations of unconscious resistance, the body expressing what the mind refuses to acknowledge. The unconscious mind influences our physical responses in ways that our conscious mind cannot fully control. If you consistently sense a disconnect between someone's words and their nonverbal cues, trust that feeling. According to Freud, the body reveals the truth that the conscious mind works to conceal. Your discomfort in their presence is not paranoia, it's your own unconscious mind recognizing signals that your conscious awareness hasn't fully processed. Understanding these 8 signs doesn't mean you should suddenly become suspicious of everyone around you. Rather, this knowledge empowers you to trust your instincts when something feels off in a relationship. Freud's greatest contribution was helping us understand that human behavior is influenced by forces beyond our conscious awareness. When someone harbors negative feelings toward you, their unconscious mind will find ways to express these feelings even as their conscious mind tries to maintain a positive facade. By recognizing these signs, you can make more informed choices about which relationships deserve your energy and trust. You can protect yourself from the subtle erosion of self-esteem that comes from prolonged exposure to hidden hostility. Most importantly, you can seek out relationships characterized by genuine support and authentic connection. If you found value in this exploration of hidden interpersonal dynamics, please support our channel by subscribing and sharing this video with others who might benefit. Your engagement helps us continue creating content that illuminates the complex workings of the human mind. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the subtle signs of hidden negative feelings. Until next time, stay mindful of the unspoken dynamics in your relationships and remember that your intuition often perceives what your conscious mind has yet to recognize.